people are generally happy to be at Fairlington.
And happy to see new people. You come into Fairlington, people are going to come up to you and they're going to shake your hand and they're going to welcome you.
I remember when I first started going to Fairlington that I really didn't know anybody, and that's what I'm talking about, the comfort level. A few of them really made me feel as if I belonged there, that I belonged to them, they belonged to me, we were compatible.
So many people in this church are from other places, and so you don't have the natural connection to necessarily family or longtime neighbors and friends that you had back home, wherever that may have been. So I think Fairlington for us has always been a hub of close friends and support group.
The church reaches out to individuals and lets them know you have a home and a family here. That is the best way to describe Fairlington.
I heard years ago somebody say, if you ever grew up in the church and left the church, the Methodist Church, and you left the church as a teenager or a college kid or whatever, when you came back, it would be such a warm feeling, because probably one of the first things you'd hear about was a potluck supper, and you were so used to those as a child, that would just be comforting and feel good.
It's a really, really strong community. And I think part of the advantage that it has over something like campus ministries or something else up there is that we're much more diversified. You have everyone from young children to very old adults, and we all have very diverse talents. We're big enough that we can kind of share all these diverse talents and use them to help each other out, but we're not so big that you kind of get lost in a crowd.
Well, one of the things that we're very proud of about this church, and why we talk about this church a lot to other people, and if they're looking for a church home, is the diversity of this church, the openness of this church, the fact that we have so many people from ethnic and religious backgrounds. We have an awful lot of people who are from different religious faiths originally, and now they're here, and they feel comfortable here.
One thing that's unique about the area that we live in is that you never know who you're going to be sitting next
Right.
to in terms of the type of job that they do, or what kind of background that they might have. But I think what happens when you walk through the doors of Fairlington is that we're all the same, and we're all there with the same purpose and to support each other.
The more greater number of diverse opinions and backgrounds that we can get, the better, because we constantly are able to question each other and sort of, I guess, strengthen our understanding of the way things work just by asking these questions.
We've been very faithful to the mission of outreach and service in the community of Alexandria.
I think the mission is to do good and to reach out to others and to make the feeling that we get, to share that with others in whatever way the community seems to need it.
I think there's just all kinds of things available here if people really want to get involved.
My mother died when I was 13 years old. She was quite young, but she had already instilled in me the need for volunteerism. She told me that if I were fortunate enough to have time, any extra time, I should give it to the community. That is the price you pay for living in a good community. I think Fairlington is a good community.
Well, I've been involved with youth group. I was all throughout high school, and then I came back and transferred to the University of Maryland, and I kind of started doing the whole youth counselor thing after that. So that's been really fulfilling, to kind of be able to give back what so many people kind of gave to me and what was really important to me.
I started out with our older son when he would go into the nursery. I think somebody approached me and asked, they were looking for volunteers to help staff the nursery. So, it sort of seemed like, yeah, of course I can come in and sit for an hour with some children. And then it sort of blossomed from there, and I got involved with the Sunday school program. It just, it seems, you want to be involved. You want to make it a better program for your kids, and you just want to give more.
So Dreama, our former senior minister, asked us to leave the Sunday school class we had been in since we were young parents and start a second class that we mentor. And so now that class is about 12 years old. And
We did a history of Fairlington, and I helped with that. I enjoy writing, and I enjoy interaction with people, so they decided that I could be helpful there.
Well, I was a member of staff parish and later became chairman of the staff parish committee. And so it also gave us great opportunities to work with and get to know other members of the community.
You can give to this church in many, many ways other than just through your money. You give through your showing of compassion to others and the love for others and gratitude to others about things that they have done.
I think stewardship means finding ways to give back. Not necessarily a measure of quantity or duration, but it's a matter of making some quality return, give back to a church that gives so much.